And when I tell you that I had like the longest day ever of shoveling, I had to shovel like 4 different locations. We got smacked with way more snow than I thought. It went from being like 6 to 8 inches, and then it jumped up from like 12 to 18, then it backed down to like 12, and now we had to have 2 feet of snow. Something like that. There were giant piles of snowbanks all over the place. I had to shovel. Got to get my parents' car out, out over there. I had to do that. I had to get my stuff out. Had to get my driveway, my stuff, and then I had to get the studio out. So I'm just, man, I'm tired of this snow. But we're still not exactly snowed in. We should be good to go to get back on the road tomorrow. Today we were definitely snowed in. TGI Fridays. You clicked on the thumbnail. We got TGI Fridays at home. Potato skins, mochi sticks, and then we have these Angus sliders, the classic version. It's frozen though. I wanted to see if these were good, so check it. We got some TGI Fridays potato skins. We got some TGI Fridays Angus sliders. You can get this at every grocery store. They're definitely not like store exclusive. The problem was finding some of these. I had to go to like 3 different grocery stores to put these together. They also have boneless buff, but I didn't get them. I thought I did. They have 2 different flavors, so I might do a boneless buff in a separate video. But the mochi sticks, the Angus sliders, and all that good stuff. All this stuff I made in the oven except for the sliders. These took 22 minutes. These took 12 minutes. And then these were, the only directions are microwave. So microwave ready. I microwaved these patties. So without further ado, man, let's get into this. I don't have all the stuff that I would want. So there's no sour cream, which I normally would get with this. So I'm going to have to make do. But this is the TGI Fridays mochi stick. I actually haven't had TGI Fridays in years because the ones near me all closed down. I think I did it once on this channel and it closed down like a month later. So they got the marinara sauce you could dip it in. You got to thaw this out. So let's try it. I hope these aren't the same ones they serve at a restaurant. Because these are mid. So you never know with these. Some of them actually are the same ones. If they are, their marinara sauce is really sweet. It's really sweet. It says garlic seasoned cheese sticks with marinara sauce. As you could see. Oh, look. I know people care about the cheese pull. I don't. There is a bit of a pull here. But the breading, it doesn't taste like anything. The marinara sauce doesn't taste like anything either. I would never get these again. For people who still live near a Fridays, and you're lucky enough, are their mochi sticks actually good? Are these the same ones if you've had both? It says restaurant style crispy on this. I'm sure they fry the ones in the store where these are baked, but they are like really just, even on a frozen food scale, these get like a 4 out of 10. You definitely still eat them, but there's better store-bought mochi sticks. Farm Rich has mochi sticks that are better than these because I've had a bunch of them over the years. Way better than this. So I don't have anything to put on these potato skins. I do have some Frank's Red Hot Ghost Pepper Ranch, which I don't think I tried this yet. I think I tried it once, but I can't remember. But these are 22 minutes. These are cheddar and bacon. I don't know if they have other flavors of this, but wow. Wow. But people buy this. There's just better brand. This just sucks. I'm not comparing this to the restaurant, just as a frozen meal. I'm doing more. They've actually succeeded in something which I didn't think was possible. Making bland cheese and bacon is crazy. Let's try to save this with the ranch. Ghost pepper ranch. This is actually hotter than most ghost pepper ranches. That's actually spicy as hell. Wow. Way hotter than like Wendy's and the other ones. For people who think the ghost pepper ranches over there don't have any kick, I would try this. There's definitely like some ghost pepper in here. Probably not a ton, but there's some. Those are terrible. I know people saying, what did you expect? Honestly, I expected to try it and see what it was like. I don't really expect everything to be good. I just want to try it and see what it's like, and that's what I came into this with. I think all of these cost like $7, like each of them. Not worth $7. There's just way better frozen feels than this. And this, I'm also going to give a 4 out of 10. Again, they're edible. You can probably throw some seasoning on there and stuff like that, but right out of the box, there's just way better ones than these, in my opinion. It tastes like nothing, which is insane. And then last, well, we have Angus sliders. So these are a beef patty with cheddar cheese, processed cheddar cheese, and caramelized onions on a bun. This bun is like that ashy frozen, like when you get frozen sandwiches type of bun. I like 25% of this. The onions provide a nice flavor. The bun, if you've ever had those dollar store like chicken sandwiches or stuff like that, like it's like that ashy bun where it's like kind of chewy, it's definitely that. And the beef, this is a dollar store patty. Like they just slap Fridays on here. I've had those dollar store burgers on the second channel. That's exactly what this is. Really chewy. And it's like funny mystery beef. I didn't know what to think going into this, and now I know. Sometimes you just gotta know. This sucks. This one gets a 2 out of 10. When's the last time you see me do that? Like give something that low of ratings? Yeah, I don't want to say that I'm shocked, but we've been doing a lot of frozen pizzas on the second channel, and like those are all way better than this comparatively. It's really bad. That's actually really shocking. I thought it would be like okay, but you're really paying for fancy wrappers. Maybe I'll try to find some that are better than this. I kind of enjoy the frozen dinner thing, but when you're snowed in, don't do this. Get the frozen pizzas. This is really bad. Like I said, we had to kind of do some in-house stuff for a couple of days. Most of y'all don't really care or know that, but I love the State of the Union thing. 2 feet of snow, and we'll be back more than likely tomorrow with like more like regularly scheduled content. I can't stand shoveling at this point, but at least it's a good workout. That's pretty much all I got in here. And if you're able-bodied and there's people that you know that aren't as able, try to help them out, because I know it sucks for people like us, but when you're older or maybe like injured or something like that, like it's impossible. And I have to say that even trying to get out of my house, like I had to dig my way out. You know what I mean? And imagine if you weren't able-bodied. Even though I don't want to do it, imagine if you weren't able-bodied, how debilitating that would be that you can't get anywhere. So if you can, obviously, I'm not telling people what to do, but I think sometimes people, because they're worried about their own stuff, they forget about other people around them. Obviously, take care of you, because you can't take care of anybody else where you take care of other people. But if you got a little extra energy or whatever it is, try to help those people. I'm not gonna lie, man, I didn't want to do none of that, but I did it. You know, I'm still here, and I got rewarded with some really bad frozen food. So always try to each one teach one. Always try to take care of people around you if you're more fortunate. And that's not just money, that's health, that's whatever it is. It could be just wisdom, it could be anything. But I feel like recently there's just so much negativity on social media, and there's so much people on social media that focus so much on the negative. There's a lot of things in the world that suck, and I'm not here to tell you that it doesn't, because it does. But we forget about the humanity of people, and we forget that everybody out here, for the most part, is just trying to get by, man. We're all trying to make it out here, and you know, people just, we spend so much time focused on bad stuff that we forget that sometimes. I've had times in my life where I was guilty of that. I'm not perfect, and I never claim to be, but you know, I think the older I get, the more I start realizing that, you know, and no disrespect to Gen Z, but y'all grew up on the internet, so y'all had a lot more. You were exposed to stuff way more than us 90s kids that had one computer in the living room. You know what I'm saying? So I understand that it's harder when you get to see all the BS every single day and it's fed to you via algorithm. But try to remember, it's from your own point of view. You have plenty of things in your life. Every single person does. Even though it's hard to see sometimes, you have plenty of things in your life that you should be thankful for. And as much as it sucks, I'm not telling you not to deal with the bad stuff. You have to deal with the bad stuff, but try to remember that. There's a lot of people that feel like they're alone that really aren't alone. There's a lot of people that feel like they're poor that really, on the grand scale of the world, there's people out here that don't have heat, don't have running water, don't have cell phones, don't have the technology to watch this. You know, maybe you might not be able to buy a convertible or have your own linen closet or something like that, but on the scale of things, you're more fortunate than you think. And I think sometimes we forget that. I forget it too. You know, there's a difference between not wanting food that's in your house and not having food at all. And please don't forget that. Anyway, I'm trying to preach him, bro. I love y'all, man. You know, I'm not doing an outro either. Not on this one. Too serious.